Good evening, I'm Marsel Čuljak, and I produce and sell 100,000 kilograms of ice every day all around the world. Well, not me, actually.
That's so nice.
Thank you very much. Well, not me, actually, but the machines that we produce that are placed all around the world. So from Argentina to Australia, from Egypt to USA. In over 50 countries, on 6 continents, our machines are producing and selling ice every day. And we run everything from right here, from our beautiful Split, Croatia. Now you can do a big applause. Yeah, tonight I'm here to give a short intro how we got to this point. So from a company that started, brand that started 15 years ago, and its journey to the position that it currently is. So the first question everybody has is ice vending. Where did you get the idea? Well, the answer is pretty simple. So we just need to go back in 2006 in Split, Croatia. So back then, the culture in Split was before you go out to a nightclub or any place, you get liquored up. So you buy drinks, you find a spot like this, and you drink, basically to save money. So more you drink out, less you drink in. So you're trying to save the money. And that was the culture back then in Split. And back then, there was no place to buy ice. So we had to find a way. And the only way was you go to a bar and, excuse me, can I get some ice? Sometimes they give it to you, sometimes they don't. So it was a challenge. That was normally what people asked. And I thought I had a great idea. Ice vending machine. Or as I envisioned it then, I just thought of it as a machine, small machine, you put like kunas and it shits ice a little bit. So I didn't have any huge knowledge in machinery and business or anything back then. But I had an enthusiasm. But I didn't understand. So that idea stuck with me and it waited for me to be ready. And how to get ready for an idea like that. So for a machine that when I searched the internet, I couldn't find it, didn't exist. So basically you need to go through a process. So you can either ask for help or you can try to do it yourself. Help is expensive. Doing it yourself takes time. So you need to choose what you want to do. But basically whatever you choose in both of those actions, you need to go through a learning curve. So I didn't understand that at that period of time, but in anything in life, so in life, in sports, learning to play a music instrument, whatever, there's a learning curve. So there's a period of time that you need to suck at it before you become good at it. For me, my learning curve, my business learning curve started 2010. So I started selling a lot of Horeca equipment like cooling systems, infrared heaters, stuff like that. Basically just for profit, just to make some money. As soon as I was experienced businessman, so maybe 4 months after my start, I decided to activate my ice vending idea. And how to go? So basically, I started producing prototypes, trying to produce the prototypes. And those prototypes, they looked like machines you see on the picture, but they had one problem. So you would put money inside, but it wouldn't give you ice. So you push the button, ice wouldn't come out. So it was basically money accepting machine. It wasn't ice vending machine. So of course that couldn't go out on market, but that made us face that challenge in a different way. So we started packaging ice in bags and started delivering. Actually, the first delivery was David Guetta concert in Split on Žnjan, 2011. And that business took off much faster. It was easier. So you pack ice in the bag, you deliver it. And soon we started delivering to supermarkets, gas stations, all kind of locations. But I didn't give up on the ice vending machines. I was fixing, trying to make it work, all kind of stuff. And I became pretty good at it. So while the packed ice business grew, my first ice vending machines were on the street around end of 2011. And they were working. So now you put money, you push the button, you get some ice. Yay. It was better than the first prototypes. The Split was our first setup, so our pilot project. And it was successful here. We saw that it can work, that project might have a success. So the development continued slowly, but it went in the right direction. That period I was doing a bunch of stuff. So I never quit selling the heaters, the cooling system, all kind of stuff. This is the learning curve. So I didn't have the knowledge I have today. I was trying to do anything to make more and more money for money reasons, not for global expansion or whatever. A few years from that, I had a new idea. So I was full of ideas at that time. Go Fresh bikes. So I envisioned bikes, I produced the bikes, you pre-pack fruit salad, you put it on bikes, and I got license from the city to drive around the city and sell fruit salad. First day it was great, we sold like 200 fruit salads. Second day, I got injured, I hurt my foot, I fell off an ice machine trying to fix it. And the girl that was driving the bike, I was in hospital, she calls me, she got a sunburn. And she got hospitalized as well. So that business failed in 2 days. So some businesses fail from wrong market fit and some businesses from UV exposure. There are no rules in business. So you just hope for the best. I wasn't done. So next project I had, we're at 2017 maybe, 2018. And Gasco fire tables. Yin yang, ice, fire, you get it? Yeah. So I was trying to make a product that I was gonna sell in winter. And I envisioned the fire table, and Gasco fire table. You put it to bars, hotels, everything, people sit around it. And that one, immediate success. So we placed some tables around town, Split. People saw it. Everybody started calling. We sold Croatia. We started exporting in Europe. It was great. I thought to myself, I'm getting better in these ideas, so it's not everything is a failure. But then something happened. I didn't appreciate all this stuff that I was doing at that time, so I was not focused very much. So anything coming my way business-wise, I took it. Selling this, selling that. There was no real structure in my head in future that is how it looks today. But I got a very, very, very special thing after those 8, 9, 10 years in my learning curve, so in my failing process. I'm gonna have Liam tell you. Liam?
I can tell you I don't have money, but what I do have are a very particular set of skills. Skills I've acquired over a very long career.
Yeah, I acquired a very particular set of skills. I didn't appreciate those skills, but those 8, 9 years that I was working basically everything. So I was welding, I was fixing, I was doing meetings with Dina, with Interspar, I was CTO, CFO, COO on a high level, trying to do it on a high level. Certain skills stick with you, even when you don't know that you have them. That happened with me. But at that time, I realized to develop any product, especially product that doesn't exist in the market, like ice vending machines that I didn't, you have 3 options. You can hire, you can outsource, and you can do it yourself. So hiring and outsourcing, if you do a small SWOT analysis on those, so they're expensive. So if you want experts in the industry, you need to pay them a lot of money. Frigo mechanics, engineers, whatever. And you need to tell them exactly what you want. So your project tasks need to be very clear. And if the product doesn't exist, you don't know how to set up your project tasks. But the strength is, if you do, these people have quality. Do it yourself is a very long-term process. So it takes a lot of time. But the skills that you acquire, like I acquired, wanting them or not, they stick with you. And you can use them in any situation tomorrow. I was very frustrated at this moment with working everything. My logic then was, I'm just going to do this, I'm just going to do this, I'm just going to fix this. And years went. But those skills stayed with me. And then came the moment that I didn't plan. So imagine this, it's maybe 2019, ice packaging all around Croatia, logistics. I'm doing fire tables, sales, all kind of trading. I'm doing all kind of stuff. And it's overwhelming. And I had a meeting with a potential Hungarian customer about ice vending machines. I didn't attend that meeting because I was in the workshop trying to show how we need to pick. We just built a new shelf for screws. So I was showing them we need to put those screws in place. And I forgot about the meeting. My phone was in my car. Guy called me 30 times. And that was the second meeting I missed with him. I missed the meeting, and the guy was so persistent. He wanted to do that job so much that he hunted me down to some people in Croatia, and he made a huge order. After that meeting with that guy, I accepted the order normally, of course. I sat down and I talked to myself, Marsel, where is your focus? What do you want to do? What would you do if there was no salaries, if there was no profit? If you did for exchange of goods, let's say. The answer was simple, ice vending machines. As soon as I answered that question, my mindset shifted. It shifted completely. Those screws almost screwed me. But it gave me a beautiful insight. My mindset completely shifted from profit-based to purpose-based. So before I was very much profit-oriented. How much are we making on this? What is this deal gonna be like? I shifted product where we are not selling ice machines anymore. We are trying to change the way people are buying ice globally through our ice vending machines. And that made a lot of sense to people who were working, to the teams that we were trying to create. I shifted from trying to hit one great product to making everything about one product. Making everything around that product, around ice vending machine. We started creating culture about that product. And the growth followed. It was also almost magical. So now, but one difference was really huge. So before all those 8-9 years, I was always running in a way that I had employees, I told them what to do. Now we were creating teams. Teams of people that knew the direction, knew the mission. I never shared my mission, vision before. I didn't see the purpose in it. But after all those years, all those experiences, different experiences, it made sense. And my mindset completely shifted. Orders started to come in. So we started to follow customers much better than before. People started innovating before I asked them to. It was a huge mindset shift. Today, we are a hybrid company. Ice Rebus produces and sells machines all around the world. So we build the franchise models that help our customers and partners buy machines, install them, run them. We give them protocols and systems how to run these machines so they don't fail. We have success managers that weekly track their record and help them to succeed. But what allowed us to do this? What allowed us to change this after the mindset shift? It was a learning curve. So that learning curve that nobody wants to do, it's really difficult. I didn't want to do it. So the failure rate gave you insights that structured this. So without those 8-9 years where you had to be a servicer, a marketing developer, a frigo mechanic, programmer, everything, we wouldn't be able to create this what we have created. So imagine this now. We are sitting in our office, our team is sitting, and we're monitoring machines all around the world. We're checking how they work. We're checking the stage through our application. We're helping people run it, and we feel very proud about it. Our team feels very proud about it. And where do we think that we are in this stage now. With all this happened, so we are now 2025. We feel we are again on the beginning of our learning curve. So we are ready now again to go down and to come up again in the same direction. This is what you need to be ready for. Because if we didn't accept that path in the beginning, we wouldn't have reached this destination. So, to go back to the current situation, to revise after it, it comes down to 4 main pillars for us. First one is focus. But when? So, if I focused in 2014, we would have failed. So there is a certain, when building a new product that doesn't exist, you need to be a Swiss knife, Swiss Army knife for a certain amount of time. You need to allow yourself to be. So there's little focus at that time. But at the time that you decide, this is it, this is the passion, this is the way, this is, you want to marry one direction and go 100% for it, then you can no longer be a Swiss Army knife. You need to focus 100%. Team. So team is maybe one of the most important thing, because you on your own, with employees, without teams, you are limited. Your limit is certain, so you can't reach anything out of that. If you explain to your team immediately from the beginning, later is late, from the beginning, your direction, what is your mission, vision, how do you want to accomplish that? They can move in that direction. They can innovate in that direction. And that innovation that they need to do is also a crucial part of the company. This is something no entrepreneur enjoys because of the profit reasons. So innovation means costs with no revenue. So even in the situation where we say we have a perfect machine, and everybody in the world is happy with this machine, we still need to innovate. We can't stop on innovation. We can't say this is it. Now we just sell. We need to innovate, because if we do not, somebody else will, and you will fall behind with your product. And resilience. So the resilience is the learning curve. Not just the past learning curve, but the new learning curve as well. So the resilience are the scars, bad experiences that you willfully accept, that you willfully go for and allow it to educate you, to train you into the new direction. So my message tonight, on the end of this storytelling lecture, whatever you want to call it, we are in Split. We did everything that I just mentioned in Split. 100% of our machines is produced in Split. 100% of the program that runs the machine is produced in Split. 100% of the cloud service is produced in Split. And we want to continue being this Split. We want to show people what we did with ICE and tell you you can do it with anything. If we did it with ICE machines around the world selling ICE, we monitoring, we managing, we having interest in it, you can do it with anything. But we need a community like this. 2006, 2007, here there was no split tech city, there was no technological parks, no hubs, not to my knowing. And the situation is much more difficult to develop a product, to work on the product. This is not a situation today. You have places to go, you have places to explore. And if I want one thing to take out of this short story, is the learning curve. I don't want this to be another like move out of your comfort zone stories. The learning curve is something that every person needs to accept in every aspect of its life, especially business. So before going to business, you need to be ready to fail. When you succeed in business, you need to be ready to fail. It's like in sports. There's a huge term now about overburn, doing a lot of stuff. I agree, but not 100%. So if you compare it to sports that I mentioned earlier, if I asked you right now, I want to be Olympic basketball player, what would you tell me? How many years do I need to train? If I want to be top 5% in any sports or music instrument in the world, what would you tell me? If I came on this stage and told you I want to be best guitar player in the world, you would tell me realistically, you need to work for 15 years, 20 years to be top that. But in business, this is not set. So, expand your learning curve. Expand your learning curve in the direction, whatever you do now, go completely diametrically opposite. Try new stuff, but don't try it for a month. Don't think out of comfort zone means like working a little bit overtime or Saturdays, whatever. Explore stuff as hobbies. Move into that direction. Try stuff for years to become skillful in it and to use it in your any project. Extend your learning curve. Whoever extends their learning curve has a possibility to produce stuff that don't exist. Everybody else is limited with knowledge. Only thing you need to extend your learning curve is time. And my time is up. So thank you very much. I'm Marsel Čuljak. It was a pleasure to speak to you.